What is good, guys? I'm probably sure by now you're at least as tired of fucking seeing my room as I am of seeing my room. I still have to clean the fuck. I haven't even unpacked yet. I seriously still haven't even fucking unpacked yet. Yeah, yo, team up was great. It was a really great experience. I love doing it. I hope I can do it again in the future. Starting from the top, I was just tired of shit. I was editing some Until Dawn videos the whole night before just to have something to upload while I was gone. I had been up for maybe like 22 hours. So, and then the plane ride there was 6 hours. It was my first time being in California as well, so I didn't really know what to expect. There were cities, and then if you go drive 5 minutes away, there were farms and cows and shit. But yeah, yo, the whole thing really started as soon as I got to the hotel. I told everybody I was at Team Up with this story as well because nobody believed me. We were staying in the same hotel as D'Angelo Russell and Karl Towns. And I walk in, I get inside, and I just check in, right? And I walk in the corridor towards the elevators, and there was a corridor on the right hand side for all the bathrooms. Karl Towns was just standing casually by the bathroom reading a magazine. Like it was just, you know, it was just not shit, you know. This is shooting the shit. This is what I do day to day, just fucking read shit, you know. And it caught me off guard because first of all, this is the first time I saw some kind of fucking gargantuan human-sized motherfucker, because mind you, I'm 5'6". This is the first time I've seen anybody 6'10 plus. I dunk on Fisher Price hoops. It was exactly like this. Something exactly like that. So it probably wasn't the best first impression, but ultimately I just said, I'm sorry, yo, I'm sorry, that's never happened to me before. And he looked at me and he just laughed to himself. He was like, it's all good, it happens from time to time. I tweeted as it happened, literally as it happened. I sat down and I was like, I just walked past the future of the NBA. How the fuck do I feel about that? Like, there's a Hall of Famer looking at. I wanted to ask him a question about his workouts, just because, you know, that's what I'm into, the fitness stuff. That's what I'm working towards for my degree. He told me that, you know, during the off season and the preseason and in the regular season, his workout regimen is the same. He does conditioning, lifts weights and lifts more fucking weights, and then does pure basketball scrimmage and drills. At the same time, it was just cool to ask him that, as just to see what an NBA player's workout regimen is like. Everybody is cool when you first met them, yo. Just because you see us make videos doesn't mean we're any different from you guys. Everybody was cool and down to earth. Went out to play ball. Sadly, my bum ass phone could not handle that kind of recording, but I'm sure you'll see some of it on Cash's channel and some of it on Kuda's channel. As soon as we got out of the Uber, a kid came outside. This kid called, I think his name was Armando Chavez, and you might end up seeing him in like college one day. I'm not kidding you. This kid is like 14, him run outside, and you'll see it in Kuda's video. It was when I just started dying laughing at the beginning.
Hey, bro, hold on, let me go get my friends real quick. Wait here.
Came outside and just looked and was like this. Oh my god, that's CashNasty. In 2 minutes, him and 10 of his friends came running outside looking at Cash for pictures, and I was like, it was hilarious. So Cash is actually really cool about it. Every time someone asked him for something, he always replied to it the same way. Sure, fam, let's get it.
About to head out. Cash obviously the last nigga late. Gotta be the last one through the door.
I pack more than a girl.
As we can see here, for one motherfucking day.
And then the same night after we came back from playing basketball, D'Angelo Russell was just sitting by the cocktail bar watching TV. I was able to get a picture with him. Got to talk to Bud. Bud is a very, very cool guy, yo, and I actually watched his videos before we went to team up, and he was an ex-ball player in college, so I also talked to him a little bit about what his workout regimen was like.
Coaches had us on hills, we ran hills. We basically hit the weight room every day, did a circuit workout. So it was like every machine, every minute, go to a new machine. So basically.
And I also got to meet the FIFA YouTuber that got sent there, It's Fangs. She's actually a very, very cool person, very down to earth, very, very cool. We spoke about FIFA, we spoke about YouTube, everything, yo. I took a picture with Unique Mazik and Franchise Player, aka Franchise Player. That guy's a very, very cool guy, yo. After I met him, I sat down and read some of his articles. He's a very, very knowledgeable person. And brought us into the mocap room, let us know that we could have recorded and filmed and talked to people and everything like that.
Kobe fan himself. Nice to meet you, man. There's a special feeling when you're around another Kobe fan like this. You just feel like, there you go, there you go.
16 is that outro. So, well, there's one of the athletes that's coming to there, so.
Oh, that I don't know.
Oh, do you?
Red City just all over the goddamn place. Big Cat and D-Lo getting their mocap on. Nah, there is a mocap. I swear to God, if his jump shot is broken next year on Kobe, I swear to God.
Wait. Wait. Ooh, ooh.
this motherfucker. Don't use D'Angelo Russell's jump shot in 2K17 just so you know, or 2K18 just to be safe if it carries over, because he was, I think this is how you break jump shots. Me and Cash said that to each other. This is how you break jump shots in 2K.
Hotline bling. Swat. Hotline bling. Swat.
Why you don't do this in games?
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh.
Step back.
Oh, y'all need
We're gonna
that.
block.
Swat.
So.
88.
88 overall. 88 overall.
Town shimmy.
That's it.
Town shimmy. See, I need that one. I got Al Jefferson's low post moves.
Oh, don't do that, man.
Barbecue chicken on them.
Finish.
Uh-oh. Red. You ain't got no defense, Red.
He was ready for it. He was ready for it. That's that new help defense they talked about. Cash about to get dunked on. Dream come true.
I want you to be angry on this one. Angry?
Yeah, oh my god.
It doesn't take much for me to get KG.
You're red.
Go ahead. Get KG, KG.
CashNasty's gonna get dunked on.
Don't run from it, boy. Don't run from it, boy.
I only have one angle, but if you see the other angles from the other YouTubers' videos, it looked like he backed off of it a little bit. You need to embrace that shit. Embrace those nuts, because those are Hall of Fame nuts. Leaving 2K Studios, that was hella cool, man. Well, mocap, wherever that was, but that was amazing, man. We got to see D-Lo and Cat dunking on people. Cash got dunked on. That's about to be the video of his life. We had lunch, and then they took us into the projectory room and we saw the full presentation. It really was cool to see. Like, as someone who from the outside, I criticize them but also, you know, praise them when they're deserving of it. It was surreal to see. It was surreal to see everything that really went into making the game, because it really is a lot, yo. And then you guys have probably seen all the information about the presentation already if you haven't checked out my other videos. After that, we just went out to dinner and then went home, and that was that, yo. It flew by. It was a lot that happened in those span of days, but all of it flew by so quick. It felt like it almost didn't even happen with how fast it happened, to be honest with you. But it was an amazing experience, yo. I was so thankful for it. I got to meet so many of the YouTubers, and it was so cool. Very appreciative of it, and shout out to Sports Gamers Online again for sending me in their place as their representative. Love to do it again in the future, and hopefully I got all of the stuff answered for you guys, yo. One touch passing, the idea that, imagine a Warriors play where one guy catches it and as in motion, before him even think about anything, he dishes it off the next guy. Bing, 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 and then the last guy has the open shot and everybody's already running back. I told them, instead of making it so that you just have to tap A and force, you know, maybe you overpass it and give it to somebody else and then the pass gets picked off, hold the A button instead of tapping the A button, and holding the A button continues the pass cycle, and you just use the left stick to dictate which direction you want the passes to go in. I told that to Mike Wang and he actually loved that idea, so hopefully that can be involved in future 2Ks, because that would be really cool. You don't overpass it, you don't underpass it, hold the button, move the directional stick, and it just goes on a circle on a wheel, yo. I think that would be very smooth. Annual celebrations, I actually found this out. There are manual celebrations in the game this year. After you shoot with the shot stick, hold it in any direction, up, down, left, or right, and it will trigger their celebration. I remember Kuda said that to me, that when he shot a 3 with Steph, he held it in a direction and Steph did his, you know. I love that. I don't know if you can cancel a celebration, but I don't think you should be able to. If you want to talk shit and act like the shot is going in, unless it's a green release, if you celebrate, then you should get burned if it misses, you know, hit that fucking swaggy P.
Shot to the fool!
I asked them about what I call the little man syndrome, the thing that makes people like Chris Paul and Isaiah Thomas, the old Isaiah Thomas from the 80s. You just get bullied, you know, all the contact from the big men make all your shots just a little bit lower percentage than anybody else. I personally think so. It's hard to use little men. I don't finish for shit with Chris Paul when I'm playing team up. Told by Mike Wang himself, he told me that the counter for that this year might possibly just be the fact that you can get open and create space a lot easier, which is very, very true. The new dribble moves, ankle breakers are the new OP thing. Little men are just a lot quicker now and can create much easier. So it's easier to get to the rim uncontested, and if you do, then you can probably just get the fall, because the main hardest part was just about getting by your defender. Little men didn't, especially after they took out speed boosting, it was really hard to just create as a small person, and moving mid ranges were broken anyway, so they were like stunted, fucked any direction. Full animations from pressing absolutely nothing. We've all been there as well, where we're just running back on defense, no, not even doing anything, maybe just holding LT for pressure defense, then go up and then gets a fall. I didn't press Y, I didn't, you know, even hands up or anything. Mike Wang told me that actually last year that was triggered because whenever you were moving into a player while they were attempting a shot, that counted as contact. So when you were moving, that counted as a fall. It didn't just mean that you had to play defense, just you moving into them counted as contact and could be dedicated as a fall. That has been touched on this year, and now you will usually only get falls or fall them if you actively do something to try and contest the shot. So hands up, or trying to strip, or trying to jump for the block. So I appreciated that as well. I hated those I didn't do shit falls. Those were the most annoying things to get ever, especially in close games. Abusing mismatches. No, being that the smaller guys now have the advantage because ankle breakers are so strong. In the post mismatches, I know we'd always still get this. I will go up for a post hook with Shaq and miss it on Curry. Now I'm told by Mike Wang also that if you go up, or if you have a mismatch in the post, that you're able to just dunk over them, or you get more animations when you go up for the shot. And especially with how you're timing your shots now, if it's not a dunk animation, you have control of how well of a percentage that shot is. And no momentum, oh god, I was quivering just thinking about asking about this shit. I asked Mike Wang himself, and he looked at me, he told me honestly there was no form of momentum added into the game, and I at first didn't really believe him. There was nothing really in the game specifically designed to, alright, well, time to pull the rubber band and here comes the comeback, because you know it just switches. He's going to hit shots, he's going to miss shots. But he told me that one thing he noticed even with him playing the game, if you go up, you have a tendency to let your foot off of the gas a little bit, and he does it too when he's playing. So for example, if you go into like halftime and you're up by 10-15 points, you're just going to not try as hard as you would if it was a close game. Just that small psychological switch of you not trying as hard as you probably should to step on your opponent's throat is what suddenly triggers, you know, a 6-point run, 7-point run, 8-point run. Next thing you know, the game is a little bit closer, and guess what? His players are now hot and your players are now cold. That was the dynamic that he explained to me. Your one small psychological slip up is what triggered one run, but that one run is now fucking you, because that one run triggered all his players and all of their badges and all of the, you know, volume shooter, microwave, spark plug, all of that just heats up. I know they're all hot and your players are cold because you haven't been scoring. So that made a bit more sense. I personally still believe there was something in there, but it made sense to me because it was just logical. We all hold up, and those badges really do make a difference sometimes. Volume shooter was a motherfucker. I still remember that shit. Whole trial cards will work. They will not get used up to, or a use of theirs will not be used when you use them in friendlies. I asked this one to Abe and Ronnie. I wasn't given a specific answer, but it still answers the question to an extent. I don't know how, because I didn't play the mode. I think it was 2K11. They had a mode called Create a Legend. I stopped playing 2K after 2K10 and I picked back up at 2K13, 2K12 actually. And Ronnie like interjected and he said, what people don't understand is that really is a mode built into the game already. It's just like under a different name. I don't know exactly what that meant. I mean, whoever asked that question, you can take that answer for what it is. Maybe it's referring to my career just in general as a Create a Legend mode. I guess that would make sense. A draft champs type mode in MyTeam. Abe told me that Gauntlet is that potential mode. He's working towards making that better every single year and working towards that idea of a draft champs mode. And I think they're stepping in the right direction this year. MyTeam Gauntlet is much more improved and I like the way it's going. But I don't play Madden, so I don't know exactly how draft champs is, but from my knowledge, a lot of my team is going in the right direction towards, you know, what people aim for, which is, you know, Madden or FIFA Ultimate Team. More historic teams and players. I didn't get to talk about teams specifically as to like what new teams are in the game, because they only gave us the rosters of last year, updated with the off-season stuff, injuries, trades, etc., all of that. And I'm pretty sure, I'd like to hope that there are more teams in the game. We only got the normal rosters, which would still make sense. They didn't even have the dream team in there, so I'm sure they just held off on rosters and just gave us that and released that on their own. But there are new legends in my team, to my knowledge. I was told that there are collection reward legends that are new to the mode. I don't know exactly who, but Chris Webber is a commentator in the fucking game now, so one can hope and pray. And finally, I asked Mike Wang this one cheesy ass question, and he was nice enough to answer it for me. I said to him, animations will always be abused if found every single year. What do you feel is the most overpowered thing in the game this year as of right now, specifically offensively or defensively? Offensively, he said shooting, but shooting by way of dribbling. So people like Steph are going to be overpowered as fuck, and he already knows it. Told me that people who are really, really good on the sticks this year, so the guys that play My Park, for example, that know to string those animations together and will pick it up easily and just start going to town on people and breaking ankles. Ankle breakers are overpowered this year. I was playing D-Man. I was playing him. He was using the Bucks, and I was using the Jerry West Wolf Lakers. I ankle broke him with Jerry West, and Jerry West has no fucking dribble move. I put him down on the ground and kept going and pulled back on him again, and he stumbled again, and I pulled up and I hit a 3. And Mike Wang acknowledged that he knows already, but he's going to be paying attention as the year goes on or as it starts as to what he should tone down or tone up. But he said that dribbling will be so overpowered that if these guys get really, really good at being on the sticks and getting the moves down and just putting people on the ground, it will be overpowered, especially when you pair it with shooting, because now shooting jump shots will actually work if it's a jump shot that the person is meant to make. I was just breaking fucking people with Steph down and just yanking up for like 2 to 3 to 4 fucking threes like nothing. But he said to me that defensively, one thing that might be a little bit overpowered is charges. Not, you know, charge cheese where you just come and take the charge at the fucking half court line and, you know, it's easy to get that animation, but just taking charges in general, because their way of stopping people from just spamming the turbo button and running up and down court for dunks and shit like Westbrook, like how people used to run baseline and just get a dunk. Their counteract to that is being able to get a charge quicker. So if you're running, just fucking running willy-nilly down court and you just run into somebody, that will probably be a charge. And in the post as well, when you're yanking the chair out from somebody, as no, you can't do that. That will probably be a charge as well. So he doesn't know to what extent it will be. It depends when people start playing the game and how they're playing the game, because that's a big influencer of how the game develops, how people are playing it and how they find what is fucking overpowered and cheesy. So he said that might be a thing because that was their counteraction to stopping that, and he might have to tone that as well. But as for, you know, what might be the cheese this year, Mike Wang himself said maybe shooting, dribbling, and charges. That is coming from, you know, the horse's mouth. Those are my most important ones. So hopefully it answered a couple of questions for you guys. Also, somebody in the comments asked in my last video as well for the offensive and defensive gameplay breakdown. The cut cheese, you know, the whole Y, whole triangle, and make somebody cut, that is no longer overpowered. No, when you cut, your defenders or your defensive AI is actually smart, and they will have an animation to hold or brush the guy that's trying to cut. You know, just, you know, the hands up, when you see it in games, hands up, but you're just like sticking to him, not allowing him to get. And the cut still does work in the right scenario. It does work, but you have to look for the proper spacing and be like, oh, he has the lane cut. If you guys have any more questions, be sure to leave it in the comments, and I tried to do my best to ask as many important questions as I could. Yeah, yo, almost there. I'll be jumping back into Until Dawn because this might be my last video about my news for 2K, and thank you for watching.
Alright, so I was about to just record my last moments here at the hotel, man, but then I realized this thing got on some motherfucking heat right in front of me, and I'm almost blind to my goddamn self right here. But nah, man, it was a really cool experience. There go Red City, there go your boy Shakedown, man. It was so much fun meeting all these guys. Couldn't have asked for a better opportunity. I'm so grateful, man. Hopefully maybe get back out here one day.
Yeah, I don't like that part.
She say I'm a sweeter man, but she said that she don't need a man. I say, why don't we make an agreement then we can just while we're being friends, girl? I know you wanna